Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for joining the channel again. I'm Bobby, aka Bot,
And I'm James, and I'm the con.
and together we are. All right, so as we're counting down the days to Transformers Rise of the Beast, we actually have some new released images from the official Takara website of the control art for the movie figures. So we wanted to kind of discuss these, see what you guys think, and we'll tell you what we think.
Yes, so why don't we start off with the new characters that were just shown? And the first one is an Autobot by the name of Stratosphere. So this is kind of interesting to me because there was an old toy from Revenge of the Fallen called Stratosphere, which turned into a very similar alt mode. So I don't know if they're trying to make it the same character or not. But I really like that alt mode, and I like the bot mode, except for one detail, and that's the face. It just looks far too human to me. What about you, Bobby?
So I also like the alt mode, and the face reminds me of something, and I'm trying to think of what movie or character it's from, and it's not coming to me right now. It's gonna happen, and I'll remember. I know what it was. Um, he looks like the guy who created the oh gosh, from Dragon Ball Z. He created the androids. That's who he looks like in the face, and I'm gonna have to look it up because it's gonna bother me. But that's what I see when I see him right now, and that's killing me that I can't remember right now. But I actually like the face more than anything else of the bot mode, ironically. But
Okay.
he does look very human-like, which I probably don't like. But because it reminds me of the Dragon Ball Z character, that's why I like it.
Well, you're easy to please. All it has to look like is a Dragon Ball Z character.
I know my
I
other
just think
love.
that I think the turbines on the back look pretty cool. I could see those becoming some sort of like wind gust blaster or something like that. So I think it looks okay. Um, we'll see how the toy looks though, because that's going to be hard to translate to the toy.
Yeah, I mean, it actually looks like two different characters besides those turbines back there. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't look like the guy at all, which is pretty
hmm
interesting.
Which is another thing I don't like. I'd like Transformers to wear their alt mode just a little bit so you can see who it is on the outside as well as the inside.
Yeah.
So let's move on to a Terror Con because there are no Decepticons that I can see in this movie. They're all Terror Cons. So this is a new one called Transit. And what do you think of this guy? Or what do you think of them?
So I see wheels
Yes.
and I see a bug face. It it actually looks I like everything except for the bug face, which you probably love. Um it looks it looks really it looks cool. I like the colors, even though it's just a normal gray. I like that pose. It looks imposing, and I'm interested of what the alt mode is going to be.
I agree. Like you said, the last character looked like a Dragon Ball Z character. I was on Reddit, I believe, and somebody posted this next to a Rockshi from Bionicle, who is one of my all other favorite franchises. And I thought this looked dead on to a Rockshi, and just bring on the Bionicle characters and Transformers, and I'll buy them. But I think it looks very plain, to be quite honest with you. Besides the head, you could put another head on that body and call it an Autobot. So I don't think it
That's
looks as
true.
menacing as a Terror Con should.
Well, I think the face is what makes it a con.
True. And maybe there'll be some sort of lore where they're like Junkions, where they rip off pieces of them and build new characters, and maybe this was originally an Autobot where they changed the head or something like that. I think that would be a cool little tidbit. Here I go, setting myself up for failure when I see the movie and it's not as cool as the stories I'm making up.
I mean, you already have, have it all going on, and I'm just like, okay,
Uh,
you just took me all the way over.
I did. All right, well, let's move on to the tried and true main character, or should be the main character of the movie, which is Optimus Prime. And the bot mode, I don't think I have much to say on because I liked what he looked like in the Bumblebee movie, and this looks almost dead on. And I do like that alt mode too. I like the big grill. I think it looks different and interesting, which are my two favorite words when it comes to Transformers.
So Prime looks like he's going into battle in that alt mode. I mean, with the windshield up top, the visor must be really sunny wherever he's at, because that's a huge eyebrow looking for the alt mode, and that grill is massive with all those lights. So um, I can dig the new look of the alt mode. It still has remnants of G1, which I appreciate. It just looks like he's gonna have to knock over some stuff. So I can appreciate that they kept it the box type cab. The alt mode, I would love to disagree with you, but the alt mode is pretty standard. Prime. It just it's hard to mess up Prime.
You sure about that?
Well, okay. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Let me tread lightly on that. They did not mess up Prime. It's easy to make a good looking Prime if you
Yes. Okay.
try a little bit.
Okay. I'll give you
And I
that.
like I like that he has the the, the face mask.
Yes. Yes. Please don't take that off.
Yes, I don't want to see my Prime doesn't have lips.
No. No. Okay. Next we have Bumblebee. Um, what do you think about this?
It looks like Bumblebee, this new age Bumblebee. There's
Yeah.
From Transformers 1 to this one, it looks pretty much the same. The Camaro looks like the original Camaro in the Transformers movie. So nothing here that says anything different.
Yes, I completely agree. It looks very cookie cutter to what we're expecting Bumblebee to look like. A lot more curves, like in the Bumblebee movie, like especially with the arms and stuff. But I think this looks pretty good. So let's tread into some new territory with Mirage. Now, I
Android
think this
20.
is a
That's what I was thinking of. Android 20, Dragon Ball Z. I knew it was gonna come to me. Okay. We'll have
well,
to
there
put a
you
picture
go.
up.
I'll see what I can do. Um, so this is Mirage, and I think he has a face mask too because this looks like a different head than the other one. And I'm kind of indifferent to this, honestly. I wish they would have just given him a new name, like you always say, because this doesn't look anything like G1 Mirage. Besides, it's blue and white.
I'm so disappointed with that name on him. Mirage is such a cool character from G1. I loved his voice. I loved his personality. He was just really cool. I mean, he literally was the cool guy. And so this isn't my Mirage. I mean, this guy looks to me Mirage is old. I mean, excuse me, Jazz is who I meant to say. Jazz, thinking of the Porsche, was always cool and calm and relaxed. And this guy looks like he's ready for battle and ready to get into it. This looks like a very, you know, ready to get into the thick of things in a fight. Right now, I love the pose, but it's neither Mirage or Jazz. But again, Jazz for me is a Porsche. Mirage is a race car, if I could talk. And this doesn't say Mirage to me either.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna have to see the movie to see if this design grows on me or not.
Yeah, I do like the design though, but just different character.
Yes. So now one that I think is unmistakably RC is this. This looks just like how I would imagine a modern retelling of RC to look. Yes, it has red with the pink, but if I was to see this, it's like That's RC. No questions asked. And it does turn into a motorcycle, not a hover car. I get it. But this is still looks like RC.
This is another character in bot mode you can't really mess up if you unless you try. Um, you know, um, you know, besides the color, I mean, the head sculpt, the backpack, even though there's two wheels, it's pretty much you know RC for me.
Yeah,
From
I
from
agree.
the original G1 movie, um, excuse me, or the G1 cartoon to seeing her with two wheels now, it's all the same in terms of bot mode.
Yes. Now, do you think they can mess up Wheeljack?
Oh gosh.
You can't mess up
Oh,
RC and you can't mess up Optimus Prime or Bumblebee. But look at how this guy looks. They did such a disservice to Wheeljack. It's not even funny. Wheeljack was always one of my favorite Autobots. I went to school for sciencey stuff, so I always liked Wheeljack and Perceptor. But this is probably the worst thing of this movie. They even made him have suspenders because he's the stereotypical nerd. I hate this humanizing Transformers. I get it, they're big robots, but why would he need suspenders? I don't know.
ah. So the only thing that this did for me is brought me back to my childhood because my uncle actually had a VW van like that. So that was the only thing that I thought was kind of cool in terms of nostalgia. But I didn't even know about the suspenders. I honestly feel like nerds across the world should protest of them, talking about, this to me, this is character assassination here. So if you're considered a nerd and you're proud of it, I think you should protest and about this. This is just terrible. I mean, they might as well give them a pocket protector, and this is bad.
Wait
This
till
is
it flips out. The light's gonna come down and he's gonna pull out a pencil from it.
Yeah, this is bad comedy. you
Yeah,
know,
I feel like with him and Mirage, they just had these designs and they're like, let's just slap a name on it
yeah, there's
because they don't look anything like what their one, what the G1 counterpart looks like, or two, what Wheeljack looked like in that Bumblebee movie.
And the thing is, Wheeljack was a sports car. So, I mean, you go from a sports car to this. I'd even if they named him Perceptor, since you mentioned that, I would actually have felt better about that
I agree.
than
Agree.
Wheeljack. At least you're using some, you don't want to use a microscope. Okay, great. But this is bad. This is just all the way bad. I'm so
Yeah.
disappointed in this.
Yes. Well, speaking of things we're disappointed in, here is Optimus Primal. And I like the design. What I don't like are the colors. It is so monotone and bland and boring. They don't have any of the white, any of the red, any of the blue coming out in that robot mode. And he's going to just get lost in the background because he literally looks like a nothing robot in robot mode.
I am not a Beast Wars fan, even though I've collected a couple recently. This dude looks amazing. Mm. I mean, he
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 does
looks
look better than most of the ones we've looked at. I'm just thinking from a, he doesn't have the Optimus Primal colors that make me go, that's Optimus Primal. You
I
know,
I agree with you on that, but he looks badass. And he looks like he reminds me of a ninja from Mortal Kombat or something like that. You know,
yeah. But he doesn't have a mouth. What's up with that? The Prime that's supposed to have a mouth doesn't have a mouth.
yeah, that and I don't have all the backstory of the Beast Wars, but I can agree with you there. This right here looks amazing. So
I,
far, this is my favorite character of all the characters from the movie, and I am so surprised I'm saying that, being that it's a Beast Wars figure. But
Well, I'll be happy to see the masterpiece on your shelf in 2025.
I if it looks like that, looks
You'll
like
get it.
that.
Yeah, honestly, I would too. I mean, I'm over exaggerating. I just wish there was a little bit more of that original Beast Wars coloring, which is on the toys, which is why I don't understand why it's not
Mhm.
on here. So maybe there's a lore. Maybe they'll have a flashback when he has the colors because these guys are supposed to be super old or something. So we'll see.
Yeah, that and that pose. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So let's move on. And they didn't have a robot mode for Cheetor, so I don't think we have much to say on this. But it looks okay. I don't understand why they're not going techno organic and they're just going full Cybertronian. But hey, it's a thing.
And it starts. The toy should look like this.
Mhm. And it does not.
Not at all. It looks good. This picture looks good. It's very, it looks just like a cheetah. So
Yeah.
but I agree with you. It does just I rather, is that fur on the side that
I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do.
where the spots break up on along the left
Yeah,
front arm?
it it looks like fur. And if you look at Primal, he also has that same thing where there's fur in places. So maybe they're supposed to be deteriorating over time because I think the whole thing is they're ancient transformers or whatever. So I
Okay.
guess we'll see when it comes out.
Yes.
So here's Rhinox. This is the picture they used. It's not a very good picture to get a look of him, but I think this one actually looks kind of cool. He actually looks more like an armadillo, which I like, and he looks cute. I want to hang out. I want to go hang out with him.
it looks like he has like a shield above it on his head, on his forehead. Um that looks like it's not part of him, but it looks like something that was added on, like a
Yeah,
war helmet or something. So it looks like a rhino. Move on.
exactly.
Nothing spectacular.
And here's Air Razor, and it's the same thing to me at least. It looks like a rusty bird. Looks cool. That's about it. It reminds me, if you've played the Sly Cooper games, it reminds me of Clockwork. So that's who this reminds me of, especially in the wings, but not as intimidating or cool as a mechanical owl out from blood.
Yeah, I mean, definitely looks intimidating. And being that I just got back from the San Diego Zoo, seeing some birds of prey, hawks, eagles, and condors, I'm into the bird thing right now. So it, I don't know, it looks, looks menacing. I'm interested to see how the character plays out in the movie, though,
Yes, if she'll even have a role and not just stand in the background.
or die in the
So
first
let's.
5 minutes.
Well, that's always a possibility too. So moving on to the Terrorcons here, Scourge. I don't know what's going on with this. This is so disappointing to me. I love G1 RID Scourge. I love Nemesis Prime, which I think is what they're going for. I don't know why he's on fire. He ain't the Fallen. The Fallen was already in the movies. The toy looks absolutely horrendous. If it looked more like this, it'd probably look a little bit better. But I think this is a big fail. I was very excited to see Scourge in the movies, but now I'm like, I don't even want to see the movie. I'll just see it on when it comes out on on Amazon Prime.
I am I never had a feeling for the character, and this didn't help with that at all. It's this looks like a Junkion.
You're right. You're
This,
correct.
this,
And
this
that's
looks,
why I said that earlier.
yeah, this looks like the Junkion. This looks like they just put a whole bunch of pieces together from a junkyard, and I mean those pipes in the back look rusted, and I mean it looks like, yeah, a Junkion. I'm not a
That's gonna
fan.
Yeah, me neither. But that's going to be the twist in the movie. He's going to take that mask off, and it's going to be Wreck-Gar. It was a whole game played out by Wreck-Gar because he watched too much TV. So, moving on, here's Freezer, which does not turn into a freezer, and I'm still salty about that. And it's just Frenzy from the first movie. That's that. It's Frenzy. So I don't have much to say besides, it's making me sad that this don't look more like Goro with the forearms.
This is ugly. It's bad. I do not like this character at all. Not familiar with the character or where the character came from.
I think he came from this movie, and that's it.
Yeah, that's that. I hope it stays there. This could be a character that gets offed in the first 5 minutes. I'd be okay with. I doubt that
Yes.
happens. He'll probably be like the only one that makes it to the end or something like that.
Dude, just to spite you.
Just to
He's
spite
gonna
me,
like
yeah. And
he's gonna
he's
kill
set up to be
Optimus Prime and become the next Prime or something.
yeah,
And I'm gonna have Freezer Prime in the next movie.
yeah, he'll be set up to be like for the main character of the next 3 installments or something like that. He'll multiply or something like that, and it'll be freezer, icebox, ice chest, refrigerator, dishwasher.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna have a bad time when
yeah.
Transformers: Rise of the Appliances comes out. So moving on to Nightbird. Now I've got to say, I actually like this design. Not as Nightbird, but as just a female Decepticon Transformer. I think this actually looks really cool. I like the pose. I like the swords. I like the mix of colors in live action. I didn't like that one toy we looked at
Yeah.
last year, I believe it was. But the copper with the purple, it's very well spaced out. I think this looks very nice.
I like everything down to the toes.
You said that about the other one as well.
Yeah. So, it looks great. The head is cool looking. She looks that's probably the only part that says Nightbird to me is in the
Yeah.
head. But I love the alt mode on the toy as well. So
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing how that goes. But as you said, the pose is very striking, very menacing, and yeah, all the way down to those toes. I don't look. They look like little ramps.
Yeah. So I like this. Hopefully, we'll get a good looking Studio Series figure, and it doesn't look too bad. So. But now, speaking of Studio Series figures that look nothing like the actual character, here is Battle Trap. What do you think of Battle Trap, Bobby?
So I know you were so excited when you saw the toy of this, and you were all in. I don't think I was. But looking at this picture, that was it Mace or looks amazing, and the arm grip. So I guess he's missing a hand or whatever. That would be cool if he's missing a hand. But this actually looks really cool.
I agree. This character design is amazing. And that's why I was so excited for the toy. And then I saw the toy and it was scrawny, it was gappy, it had things hanging off of it, and there was not much. Okay, I'm not going to say there wasn't much effort put into it, but there wasn't as much effort put into it as would be needed for me to purchase it. It does not look intimidating like this piece of promo art.
Yeah, this is really cool.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get a masterpiece version and it'll look like that, but that'll probably be a $200 third party figure, because if Hasbro's going to give Optimus Prime cat ears when it's in truck mode, they ain't going to be able to do this.
I'm right along with you. Again, I wish I could disagree, but that it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I like this a lot as well.
Well, guys, that is the last concept art, or what were they called again, Bobby?
Contact art, I believe.
Control art.
Control art.
Yeah,
Control art.
control art that was released or leaked. I don't quite know. It was from the Japanese Transformers website. So that's what we have to look forward to. I think that's going to be the main cast. There might be a few left over here and there, but I think that's going to be it. I can say I'm not terribly excited for this movie. I'm going to see it. I'm going to support it because I need to support Transformers. What about you, Bobby?
I'm actually gonna go see it on opening weekend,
I probably will too.
and
And
yeah,
I'll probably be more excited about my icy that I'm going to be drinking than the actual movie.
I think if I can, we might even go see it early. So stay
It's I,
tuned.
I, I like I want to see it on like Thursday or something like
Yep,
that. If that works.
exactly.
So stay tuned, guys. We're definitely going to have a review on this. Very spoiler heavy because I'm not going to be able to keep my mouth shut. And we'll go ahead and let you know what we think.
I agree, and I will try not to spoil it as much as my cohort here.
Oh,
So
I'm we'll put a spoiler warning. How's that
okay, there we
sound?
go. There we go. So yeah, I think I'll be going to see it in the morning on Thursday, or probably that evening on Thursday when they have the first show, and then probably we'll have to get together.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. And guys, let us know what you thought about the characters. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? What are your thoughts? Love seeing the comments. Please like, subscribe, share. Really helps us out.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right. So all debates are won.
See you later.